Hello?
What are you doing?
About to make some popcorn and have a movie night. What are you doing?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know. I kind of like John Carpenter's The Thing. What's your favorite scary movie?
Well... If you enjoyed that, I'd love to tell you about a cult classic film about scientists in an Arctic research station trapped with an assimilating alien. That's right, Stu Carpenter's The Organism.
You're silly.
That's not all. The xenomorph has saturated popular culture since about 1979, am I right? But now, you can enjoy the Evomorph, a refreshing take on the parasitic alien life cycle.
Your voice was kind of sexier the way you were talking before. You should go back to that.
You can have this, and if you order now, I'll throw in a horrific take on Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. That's right. You can have this for just 13 payments of $6.66, and you can call Final Girl yours. Hi guys, we are the Guys of the Beholder. Thank you so much for coming back to listen to us talking about, not playing about, Final Girl and everything that we thought about it. If you have been watching, we've had 3 other videos. One where we each had our own playthroughs. We did
4 other videos.
4 other videos. Yeah, there's a setup one. Watching us set up my playthrough, which was
The most successful.
the most successful. I wasn't gonna say it.
I'll say it.
Yeah, you'll say it. It was this one.
It was that one.
What's it called again? The Big Bad Wolf in the Storybook Woods. Then we moved on to
The Organism.
The Organism. Which was at station
2891.
2891. And lastly, we played...
Not that.
Not
We played the Evomorph.
We played the Evomorph.
At the USS Conrad.
At the USS Conrad. So guys, general thoughts. What do we think? Blitz
It's
of
fun.
Death.
I enjoy it.
Blitz of Death. That's, yeah, you dying.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah. I like punishing things to an extent.
To an extent.
Internally, he's like, I'm instantly big, and I go, okay, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean I don't like the game.
Right.
Sometimes bad things happen.
So 2 very different things happened. I think Larry and my games were polar opposite. One...
No, I had a good first turn.
Did you?
Yeah, I
He had
said
a great
3
turn. You
people.
said 3 people.
Oh,
The
that's
alien
away.
had a better first turn.
So in my playthrough, which I think it was in between, yours was probably the longest, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, there was a lot of running around.
A lot of running around.
Sitting in a
Yours was
supply
definitely the
closet.
shortest.
It sure was.
And instantly, it felt like I got the best possible thing that could have happened.
You sure did.
The best possible thing that could have happened. The best possible setup. The best start, and saved a bunch of people. I don't know if you guys learned or noticed last time you watched the last 2 videos, both Larry's and Tony's, but there's another side to these cards where you activate a superpower. I'm not trying to be mean. I think this is a flaw of the game. They had no opportunity. They both chose the least amount of people they needed to save to activate their
I went for
superpower.
4 and still not.
And they still couldn't do it. I'm going to come out here and say it, guys. When the game is just hard mode and you can't lose, this coming from a person who actively chose the hardest setting for all the Pandemic series that we played, does not make a good game. If it's just hard, and you need not even just a little bit of luck. You need a lot of luck and good strategy to win this game. So much of it is out of your hands. It's just, I'm going to set this up, and the cards are going to fall where they fall, and I'm most likely going to lose. It's beautiful. I've had fun with my friends here today, but this is a solo player game.
Mm-hmm.
You can, we talked it through. We were all giving each other advice the entire time, so we were...
I laughed at Tony a lot.
Yes, Larry was enjoying watching Tony lose.
Hey, you could do that.
Yeah, but it was fun.
Yeah, and then I giggled.
In this instance, watching you lose, watching you had no chance, no shot whatsoever, not fun at all.
It was foobar real fast.
Yeah.
Watching Tony work his hardest and still get as far as he did, plenty of fun. None of that made my ecstaticness worth it for when I won. I was screaming. Would have been jumping with joy if I didn't knock over the table. But I got very lucky, and that is glad I got to experience. Yeah, sure. But how many times am I actually going to play this game after losing so many times to finally get that?
That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
That's a personal thing.
And I mean, part of the enjoyment comes from
getting pooped
beating
on.
the challenge.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I played the Intruders when I was first playing it. I think I played for 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Trying again and again and again.
Trying again. Yeah, the first time I instantly got pooped on. Something that kind of happened to Larry happened to me. I went to run, I fell. Went to run again, I fell again. Killer teleported behind me and, killed me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, instantly first turn. I was like, oh, okay. I wonder if that's just bad luck or, what happens. So, second time I set it up, I played it, and it's it went kind of like how when I played. It was just a back and forth struggle. It was very intense. And there's a lot of, learning what the map is and what the killers are. Because it's I can Groundhog Day this. I just keep redoing this scenario over and over again and learning what the killers do.
But you are doing different tarot cards.
There are
you are getting different item cards. You are getting different event cards.
Yeah, so, there's some other things that will happen. But,
right.
Specifically in... the Outpost one, saving people was extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. But most of them, require 2 helicopter flies to do it, so maybe it could work. Mm-hmm. Maybe it couldn't work. In my opinion, there was no way, that was the option. In my plan is, that's not the play, is to try and save people right away.
I don't see, in that scenario, a playthrough where you're making more than 2 complete flights.
Yes, and that's why that's all there is.
Right.
Both of them turn after 3 victims, or after 2 full flights are sent off and back.
Right. You need at least 2 to do all 6.
Yep.
That's if you load it up perfectly.
Yep.
And it's got to fly there, and then it's got to take time to fly back, right?
I think so.
So...
I don't think you have to play cards for it to get back, though. I think it just comes back.
Well, we didn't get that far.
It did not matter.
It did not matter. The helicopter kept showing up, though.
Yeah.
It kept bringing people.
It did. And they all immediately... The one person that's out there in the wind who possibly survived showed up on the helicopter, panicked and immediately ran, and that was that.
The smartest person there.
The smartest person there was like, no, this is a lost cause. We gotta go.
That person walked out, saw the snow, and was like, dude, no.
It's cold, and there's body parts. By that point, so many people froze to death.
Right.
So he walks out and goes, it's cold. Look at all these dead bodies. I'm going back on the helicopter.
We're 100% out. Do you have more?
So you already kind of spoke to it. I just want to come back to it.
Yeah.
Larry and I both played this game by ourselves to try it out. Would you ever be tempted to try it by yourself?
Yes. And so does that a good game make? Is the question. I do want to play it again.
And by yourself's the bigger one. That's you're spending your personal time.
Right. Setup for this is something that would deter me. It is pretty simple, and all these pieces, we have these beautiful mats that make things much easier, which came with the special edition.
The Series 2.
The Series 2 special edition, the big old box, which came with all these other things, including the core.
Except the zombies.
That looks beautiful.
It doesn't have the The Jason. Those are series 1, though.
No, the zombies is its own little thing for the 2.
So, stick with me on this point to answer that question. Do I want to play it again? I would need an afternoon, right, to think about it to myself, and we're all adults, which an afternoon to yourself is a rare thing to find.
Sure is.
Because you got to be social. You got to make sure you did all your chores. You got to yada, yada, yada,
Gotta go make money.
Got to go make money. I have an afternoon to myself coming up where I could theoretically borrow this and play it a couple times. Every single time I'm going to have different plans that I'd rather do. Doesn't mean I don't want to. It's just there's definitely things I'd rather be doing. You know? Okay. So that's what I am struggling with about this game.
So is it the difficulty that... Is it the RNG aspect of the game that severely deters you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fair. That's actually the very first game.
It wasn't fun watching Larry lose, because that still felt like me losing. Well, because we were.
I didn't feel bad about it.
We were all working together. A game, when it's competitive or there's a lose scenario, you must still have had fun in the process of losing to make it a good game. I had some fun with you.
Which fun is
a subjective term. Yeah.
It is subjective.
So you can't rate a game's goodness on how you personally feel.
Okay.
You don't feel it's a good game. You don't feel. It doesn't mean the game itself is bad.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I would say that he is specifically targeting mechanics that are part of the game as what he doesn't like about it.
Right.
Specifically, the amount of dice rolling that's involved, the cards that...
I could have everything I need in my hands.
I love Ameritrash. So I think it's great.
I could have everything I need in my hand to succeed and still fail.
Yeah, it's chance.
It's great.
I like the idea of having to push my luck. Certainly do. However, it shouldn't be every step of the way I push my luck. If I gotta get my way up to that one big swing, at least give me the small successes to teeing up the perfect shot. And if that perfect shot, if that has a high chance of failing, at least I got there. Do you know what I mean? And then I got heartbroken at that last moment. So effectively, the end result the same.
Yeah.
But every step of the way, I'm getting dirted and I'm getting hurt and I'm losing and I'm being reminded that I'm losing every step of the way. I think that makes a bad game.
That just means you're the girl who got killed in the shower in the middle of the movie. Which is a thing.
I am not.
That's how I'm looking.
I am not the final girl.
No, you're not.
Would it feel better if only a 1 was a direct failure?
I don't think. I think the dice rolling, the amount of successes on the dice is fine because you can pay to change it.
Yeah, it is split evenly.
I think it's split evenly enough. I think
it's just that
the smaller 0 cards, walking should not cause me damage.
I've seen people trip over nothing.
Yeah, sure.
In real life and in movies. Walking
should not... Sitting there and focus, that's fine.
You're wasting time.
You're wasting time. That makes sense. Short rest shouldn't... I can't face
You can't argue.
I can't argue some of these.
They're right.
They kind of right. Then in that case, to Tony's point, that might help. For the 0 cards, there should not be a negative for not getting it. You should just not get it.
This is awkward. My wife's home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll pick this up shortly after this?
Do we have more to say?
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I haven't even got to say anything.
All right, okay. Cool. There's a part 2 coming. And we're back after dinner. So...
it was delicious dinner.
It was delicious dinner.
So, Mike, when does a game stop being fun? To you. To you, as a person.
To me as a person.
Yes.
When it makes me hate myself is, I think, what your wife said earlier, and
that is exactly what my wife said.
And I'm gonna hold on to that because when you fail often, and there's nothing you can do to prevent the failure, it doesn't feel good. And it makes me feel like a failure. And you can lose games and not feel like a failure. You can lose games and still have fun. I should know. I do it all the time. This is coming from the guy who won the game. Won the game.
Huh?
I watched my two friends lose the game. And who's to say I definitely wouldn't have won if the two of you weren't here giving me little bits of advice on the way, because the chicken bone thing right at the end would have lost that. I missed the die. I wasn't paying attention over here. I just see myself playing this game by myself on an afternoon that I cleared just for this, with my schedule, denying myself time with my friends, making money with people that I love, yada, 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 just to sit here and lose. It would make me hate myself. It would make me hate the decision that I made to play this game.
That's fair.
If I won, I'd feel pretty darn good. I know that much. But I don't think that it would... I don't think one win would cover up how many losses I had.
Okay. Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. And I would say that this type of game is definitely for certain people.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would never ask my wife to play this game. She's not the type of person that's for that. This game is also, like you said, it's like you're taking a day and you're playing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not I want to come home from work after, working 10, 11, 12 hours.
Not setting this up.
Yeah, let me just
not
try to
reading all
survive
these
this
special.
now.
Yeah. Like I just slogged through a work day. Now I'm going to sit here and get repeatedly beaten over and over again. But there is enjoyment to be found from persevering through it, from getting your butt kicked and learning little things every single time that you fail. Being like, hey, you know what? Maybe next time I try and save people when I'm in Antarctica. Like, I risk it.
Growth comes from failure.
That is true. That is true.
Certainly does.
But it requires
A certain mindset.
I don't want to say masochistic,
Even. It's,
but it's...
you do have to enjoy tough times.
Yes. And you have to be okay going, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And when you play this guy, 9 times out of 10, you will probably lose.
Yes.
And if you're okay with that, it's an absolutely beautiful game.
Yep.
Right.
It has so much theme and depth
Oh,
to
God,
it.
yeah. Theme's great.
Mm-hmm.
There is that
Oh, man. Yeah, the artwork. The
encompassing horror from knowing that at any moment you could be the one that's next.
Yeah.
You could get got.
The perfect, just the right amount of copyright changes.
Oh, hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yes, great.
Yes.
Love it.
But
But so you were saying, even during Tony's, you felt like hopeless.
Mhm.
That is perfect.
no, well, during Tony's, I felt like that was the right amount of fun to be experiencing during a failure. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just we were just eking by,
But in the middle where everyone died at once, your
That
words were, I felt hopeless.
And that was good, and that was
should be, it was thematic.
That was good. That was good gameplay.
Yes.
That was enjoyable, even though we were losing.
Yeah, go watch that one. That was
Yeah.
good. That's some top tier content.
And we did it wrong, but it didn't matter because it just happened so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and so many people died that it just didn't
So to your
matter.
point, you were saying,
But, like, that's thematic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as a horror guy, that's what you want. That's what horror is supposed to make
Yeah.
you feel. You're supposed to feel bad. You're supposed to feel hopeless or
Yeah.
sad or scared. Any of these.
And that's why when you have those moments where you persevere and overcome
makes you feel
that,
so much
and it's
better.
just like
Mm-hmm.
release,
Yep.
right? It's ecstasy.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it's
not
pure
only is it
fun.
just like, oh, well, this makes me kind of happy because I won, it is from one extreme to another.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 10 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You've
You
got to
gotta-
see it through to the end.
yeah.
And not just the end of the game. You got to see it through to when you actually finally beat it.
I don't
You
know. I would have felt satisfied with Tony's ending. There was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
man, it was intense.
That was
I
a
had
lot.
emotions.
Yeah.
And the fact that I even got as close as I did, I'm like, there's no way.
That's a story to tell. That's worth it. In and
No
of
way it
itself.
should have been this close, right? I mean, if the flamethrower did maybe more than just half its current health at one point in time, probably would have been nice. You know, maybe it should just do half its total health. But that's an
So
instant
If
kill.
you would have listened and like left them both at 1 health and then just bopped them the next turn, eh?
I mean, I tried, Larry.
No, you killed the one.
Oh, well.
So leave them both at 1. You get all those. You would have had
5 dice.
Yeah.
So this isn't a fix. It's just something that I'm noticing. It's just I disliked your game the most because it was night and day. It was maybe 5 turns total. And I'm okay with losing. I'm okay with it being difficult to win. Make it at least grant the illusion, however way you can, that I have a chance. There was no chance. It felt like there was. In the first 2 turns, maybe. After that, gone.
This is
Really was
bad luck of the draw.
It was really bad luck at the draw.
Yeah.
And
it just progressively got worse and snowballed.
are there mechanics that can necessarily do that? Nothing's coming to mind how it would do it differently. I think creating the chance for more successes on these would help. However, you want to do that.
Saved Larry in that situation.
God no, it was a bad card. It was one bad card draw.
It was one bad card draw, which kind of feels bad.
It sure do.
But like,
that's not the game itself. That's a single scenario.
Yeah.
That is a single scenario, and many of these scenarios do, to some degree, feel like their own games. I'm guessing. I mean, certainly the organism one felt like a different game, and seeing the mechanic of this evolution changed the game drastically as well.
Well, each one's supposed to be different. That's the point.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It does it well.
So that is a good point. Maybe I should just play the Big Bad Wolf.
Do you always play that one?
I'll just always play the Big Bad Wolf.
That one did seem. I mean, I don't know.
It was super straightforward.
It was super straightforward.
Yeah.
It was not as complicated.
Which ain't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Easier though.
Yeah.
Certainly easier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, just like when I first bought the game and said I bought the Freddy ripoff. I've never played the game before in my life. No.
What's their name? What do
I
they call that
don't
one?
remember.
Nightmare on
I think it was Oak Street.
Oak Street. Yeah.
Maybe. It was something.
Yeah.
But so like you have to go to sleep. I think there was a mechanism to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there's this boiler room that's cards that you have to like reveal in a certain way to not get got
Mm-hmm.
to do stuff. And then also to go in houses you need to like get a card to knock
A door.
They possibly might not let you in.
Right.
So that was not a good first scenario.
Right.
You know? That's an experience. But then I bought the Jason ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was straightforward. Dude just chase you around.
super easy. I did the Intruders. It was 3 killers, but each one has 6 health, and they go one at a time in classic horror movie fashion.
Yeah.
Right.
Like sometimes there was cards that made like 2 of them go, but like it wasn't bad.
Mhm.
Like,
And like, now would I feel bad fighting Freddy? Probably not.
No.
Even if he poops on me, like, oh.
How do you guys feel about the business model of the core box being its own thing and then having to buy separate individual things? Because that is
Core box is cheap enough.
Yes.
If it
So
wa-
usually they're like it's like $20 for the core box and then $20 for
Each scenario.
each
Not
scenario.
bad.
Yeah.
And especially since they are modular, it's not like, okay, I can only do aliens on
Right.
this ship.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could have Jason X.
I could, or
Yeah.
he could be in Antarctica.
That
Mhm.
would be what is it? AVP 2?
One.
Okay.
But that's neat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the fact that you can use any of the final
any of the
girls
girls.
in
Yeah.
any of the scenarios.
Yep.
And when you do win, you do unlock like special items for them that you can use in other scenarios. You unlocked a crossbow,
Mm-hmm.
which, I mean, in this scenario could have been extremely helpful for you to.
Yeah, I could have bopped that little kid.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
Yeah,
F that
it's
kid.
useful.
That's that kid.
But
A hatchling.
Hatchling.
Yeah.
it was a child evomorph.
Yes.
A hatchling. Yes.
Man. I don't know. I feel like it's like the idea of there being so many boxes. Yes, it's modular. Yes, you can change things, but I probably would have seen it as a negative having to spend more money to get different parts of the game. But I feel like
I think the only thing I wish there was like a sample scenario in the core box.
Yeah, there should have been.
there's
So-
no scenarios in the core box.
No,
It's just the
nothing.
villain.
It's
There's
just-
so you buy the core box and you don't get to play the game.
Correct.
That's a huge issue.
And when I went to get this, the first time I went to get this, because I actually bought the core box and the thing separately because we were going to do this before we got the huge one from Dice Dojo. So thank you to Alex. Appreciate
Word,
that.
dude.
Yes.
When I went to buy this, the person at the game store said, like, hey, like, you're going to need another scenario because nothing comes in here. So your store should tell you that
Yeah.
they're not jerks.
It also says on the back.
It
on the
does
box.
say it
So
on the box.
If you just like pick up a game and don't read the back, that's bad. That's your fault. But yes.
But you should be aware of the fact that you're buying the core box. All that's in there is like this and
tokens.
Which feels kind of weird for $20.
Something.
Yeah, you have to buy
a map.
Yeah, you have to buy the integral part of the game.
But at the same time, like, say I don't like Freddy Krueger, but say he's what came with the core box. If they bundled someone with the core box, I will never play him. I'd have to spend more money to buy someone anyway.
But you could still play the game.
Yeah, but they would charge you $40 for this game that comes with a manual never play.
Right.
You get to choose what you want to do.
I think there's also room for...
How much are these individual boxes?
$20.
Like $20-ish.
So you're spending $40.
Either way,
you just get to pick the VHS that you want to play.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of room for print and play for this game.
Sure.
Where all you do is you just buy the VHS yourself, and then just like you could make a tracker. You can literally just print a picture of this. Like there's no reason for you to necessarily do it. You can just use normal die, right? Just remember
they are numbered.
Yep. Just remember that 3 and 4 are things you can burn, and
5, 6 successes, 1, 2 failures.
The only thing you'll miss is the 0 cost cards, but you can just make just use a normal deck of cards. And be like, oh, I'm just going to use these red cards, and like these are what they represent.
Or just even print them out.
Or you can even print them out. Yeah. It's not like there's any shuffling that's going on.
We aren't advocating pirating this game in any way, shape, or form.
It's not. They might have PDFs out there.
Yeah,
I haven't checked, but
Yeah, I haven't checked either. But like, just in case, I'm a realist.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to spend your $20 on a core box, do that, and then just buy the VHS that you want. Like,
yeah, because first time I saw it, I picked it up and wow, $20 is cheap for a horror game. That's neat. Then I saw you needed the scenario. Put it back. Next time I went, I'm like, that's fair though. Most games in general, $40 is cheap.
Yeah.
So a core plus scenario is not.
Yeah, it's not
bad at all.
Yeah.
I just give me something to play out of the core box. Give me something.
I would mind like a 3, just something to teach you how to play the
What
game.
they could have done, so like I was talking about the zombies. Wave 2, they did the birds for Wave 1.
Yeah.
And it's just a deck of cards.
Like,
so if it would have came with like that and a small even paper map, fake ass map, not a good one.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Something to play the game.
Just to teach you.
Even if I buy the starter set of Dungeons and Dragons, I don't get everything out of there. I get everything I need to play the game. You know what I mean?
Well, you get everything. Well,
you can't. You don't have a villain. You don't have a map.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't play the game.
Well, if you buy just a player's handbook,
You've got everything you need to play the game.
Dungeon Master?
Yes.
His guide?
You don't need the Dungeon Master Guide to learn how to play BDM. You don't need it at all. It literally in the player's handbook it says this is the only thing that you need.
Yeah.
Sorry, back here
from the topic. Let's
back. Yeah.
Let's not talk about Hasbro.
Yeah.
The devil.
Oh man. I don't have any. I think my opinions are clear.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah.
I would also recommend this. This is not a game for people that are just looking to play stuff. Like this
It's
is
not for casual.
No.
An introductory game, not casual. This is for the type of person that likes Dark Souls or Demon Souls. People that love
Challenges.
the challenge and get the pleasure from beating the challenge.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all I was thinking about when you had 1 health left. You're more powerful. I was like, just like Dark Souls. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing more damage.
It's just one of those things where it's like I get enjoyment from overcoming the extreme difficulty in this situation. And there will be times where I get poop and doo-doo down and I have bad luck and it just happens. Like, dude, I live my life that way. Like, that's just how I roll. Like, I roll 3 biohazards, right?
It was more than 3.
Yeah.
It was more.
Yeah, so, like, it just be that way. If you're not a fan of the RNG, this isn't for you.
Yep.
If you are a fan of a game that is extremely thematic and don't mind rolling dice and having yourself get pooped on, there you go. I think this is a chance for you.
Yeah.
Opportunity. I think if you're a horror fan, I think you would still enjoy it.
Oh yeah, it's dope.
It's cool to have on your shelf, but I also want to throw out, just to Tony's point, I do like all of those things. I still don't like this game.
Well, you're not a fan of the RNG.
Yeah, but RNG has its place, you know? It certainly does.
It does, but Just not in this case.
Just not in this case.
Who's your favorite Final Girl?
That I've seen so far?
No, not out of this game.
Oh. Man, that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's the name of the girl from Cabin in the Woods? Is she considered a final girl?
Technically.
She kind of dies.
I mean, yeah.
Famously.
Also, France Grams lives too.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be a final girl.
I mean, can't Jamie Lee Curtis be one of them?
Like, as a whole?
Yeah. Can't I just
She is a scream queen. She's not, like, her characters are final girls.
I think that she's the last one living in the first Halloween.
Yeah, so Laurie Strode.
Laurie Strode, yeah.
Right.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, she's in a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, I get it.
You could have been talking about Prom Night.
She is the Scream Queen. I get it.
A Scream.
I'm taking... No, she is the Scream Queen. She's Jamie Lee Curtis. She's the Scream Queen.
Who's these? Who's the mother?
No, there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay. I don't watch enough horror.
Yeah.
Although I do enjoy The Thing. That's one of my favorite movies. That's why I played it.
Kurt Russell.
Yeah, he's a great final girl.
Great
He
final girl.
is.
He's got it.
Well, he's not the final girl because there's actually 2 people that survive at the end.
No, it's exactly what happened to you.
Yeah, that's true.
What was the other guy, you think?
Was he?
Brown, brown.
Who's your favorite final girl?
Probably Nancy Thompson.
From...
Nightmare on Elm Street. Heather Langdon Camp did great. She was not a Sally, you know. She fought instead of going. Ee. She made traps. It was pretty neat.
Yeah,
That's pretty neat.
Rip Johnny Depp.
Cool. All right, I think we've got it all in here. Do we?
What,
No?
What guy would you like to see next? What movie would you like to see them riff?
Have they done an Insidious one yet?
I don't think so.
Ooh, yeah. That would be a lot of fun.
I mean, no, there's not like a.
More sleep stuff. But...
Do you think they'll do like the sequels? Like we'll get a Freddy 4?
No. But God, no.
So these
Freddy
are...
3.
This is all of it, right?
No,
that's
this is
season
only
2.
series 2. There's a
Okay.
whole series 1 that has like some other people.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some other.
Yeah, like
I don't know
Jason
what
or
I would
whatever.
choose.
I want Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns, that would be great.
Is that a horror movie? I laughed more than.
It is a horror movie. Oh, you know what would be great? It would be Nope. The
Nope was pretty solid.
Jordan Peele movie.
The Ring would be pretty cool.
The Ring would be pretty cool.
Ooh, The Ring is a good one.
Any Onryo, any of the Japanese ghost girls. Would be,
Very spooky.
So I like the idea of
they got a Poltergeist in season 1.
not necessarily trying to
Well, I think that's from
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't own that one.
not trying to kill the monster, but to catch it on camera. You know, like they were doing on Nope. It would be that'd be a lot of fun.
Or Bigfoot.
Or Bigfoot. Yeah, just trying to get it on camera. Like fundamentally changes.
But he's trying to beat you with a tree. Or suck you up.
Yeah.
Slurp, slurp.
So. Anything else?
No.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs down.
You didn't give me a final girl. Kurt Russell was the...
I asked you.
I asked for the girl for like Cabin in the
We're
Woods.
counting her?
Yeah.
Okay, we're counting her.
But I think Kurt Russell would probably be up there. His hair and beard in that movie, like I wish I had the time to make my hair look like that.
But he's bad at chess, so...
As he's sitting there, burning the needle every single time. I'm gonna do yours next. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's so good.
Great movie.
I actually never saw the remake.
It's not a
think we
remake, it's
need to.
prequel.
Oh.
Prequel, eh?
Yeah, it's about the Norwegians.
Oh.
So that's where the dog comes from.
Yeah.
That's at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the gist of
Yeah,
the
the stuff you didn't need to know about. They're
Yeah.
like, let us explain it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't care.
I didn't care. It was
It's the
just a
same
dog.
thing? Oh,
I
it's
mean,
the
I
same
guess,
thing that
I
happened
guess
here?
it
It's
is kind
still
of
a
like
thing.
a weird loophole that like what's up with these dogs and like why are these guys chasing it? But I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, they go to the camp and you see this fused guy and you're like, well, that's effed up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we're going to show you. I'm like, no, it was more effed up when there was just this burned, charred, mutilated corpse. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't need to be explained.
That's kind of like a reoccurring theme in horror movies where they over-explain something.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be like set rules for a horror movie, but like at a certain point, like you just have to be okay with like things are evil and gross and weird.
Spooky things are spookier when you don't know.
That's true.
Without
The
question.
fear of the unknown.
Without question.
What would you like to see next?
What's the Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Oh yeah, you said that.
100%.
Yeah, so I just didn't
100%.
consider that.
Just a mob of clowns turning people into
Lots
cotton
of
candy.
clowns. Yep.
There you go.
All right, I feel like this conversation has found its natural conclusion. Hey, guys, we're the guys of the Beholder.
So you gave it a thumbs down?
I gave it a thumbs down.
Oh, it's up.
So Yeah, I mean, besides the caveats, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I had fun. Not for everyone.
No.
Don't force yourself. Don't be like, oh, this looks really cool. Don't force yourself. Like, don't.
If you don't like losing, don't play.
Yep. Don't get sucked into the idea of like, oh, this game looks beautiful and like these people had so much fun. Like, it's totally different when you play by yourself. There's a lot of
I can't imagine sitting by myself doing this. Like,
you roll and you roll double ones and you just go.
Yeah.
You know, like,
who designed this?
Right. Who thought this was a good idea? Don't force yourself to like something that you wouldn't be a fan
If it ain't for you, it ain't for you.
It ain't for you. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's true for all solo gaming in general. Like, if that's just not for you, then that's okay.
That's true for everything in life.
Yeah. You're right. Boom.
Okay, guys, now it's for real. We are the guys of the holder. If you want a copy of this game, you can go find a link down below in the description.
Just buy more than the core.
Just buy more than the core. And thank you so much for watching. From my left, this is
Tony.
I am Michael, and here is
Larry.
Well, thanks, guys. Good night.
Is Predator considered a horror movie?
Yes.
Sure, so is Terminator.
That's
what I was thinking about when I was smoking.
Consider.
The first Terminator 100% is. Everything afterwards is not.
No.
No, Judgment Day, though? No, what is it?
It's still not spooky.
Judgment Day.
It's straight action.
Straight
James
action.
It's like the difference between Alien and Aliens, but in robot form.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole last scene where he carries a coffin with a machine gun and shooting people.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No, I mean, not that
No,
one.
that's 3.
That's
Oh, is that
Judgment Day is 2. No, T2.
Oh.
But he had the coffin in 3.
That's
Yeah.
Judgment Day. Isn't it?
No, T2's Judgment Day.
What's
3 is Rise of the Machines. It's got the lady.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Rise of the Machine was the one with Christian Bale.
No, that's Salvation.
Oh.
Dude, get your fucking Terminator straight.
Dude, I don't know. It's been like 10 years since I watched him.
Da.
Yeah, good shit.